starting lineups, stat predictions, and who is going to be filling out the Lakers' last roster spot. We're going to talk all about that and much more here today on our Laker Mailbag Q&A on Lakers Report by Chat Sports, all things Lakers. I'm your host, Hannah Kulik, aka Laker Han. Now, I asked you guys to send me in some questions on Twitter. You sent me so many amazing questions, so let's just get right into it and answer as many as possible. But before we do, I want to make sure that you are subscribed down below here on Chat Sports and the new Chat Sports Lakers YouTube channel so that you do not miss a single second of all things Lakers. And while you're at it, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram at Hannah Rose Kulik and Twitter at Hannah_Kulik to keep up with all things Lakers. And of course, fitness. If you guys know me, you know I love to post workout videos and fitness tips on my Instagram as well. So go give me a follow on those social media platforms. Now let's get into some of these questions, you guys. Again, you sent me so many great ones, so let's just start off strong here. A lot of people have been asking about who the Lakers are going to fill out their last roster spot with. So this particular question is from @JoshSmooth420, and he says, in the event the Grizzlies don't buy out the contract of Andre Iguodala, who should they fill their last roster spot with? So obviously, as we all know, the Lakers' big plan is to hopefully be able to sign Andre Iguodala. They're hopeful that Memphis is going to buy out his contract. I know Iggy wants to be a Laker. I know the Lakers want him. So that is their first plan. However, if it does not happen, which it very well may not happen, I'm not 100% sure who that last roster spot could go. Obviously, Carmelo Anthony is still a possibility. There's a lot of questions kind of asking about him, so I'm going to leave talking all about Carmelo for later, but definitely Carmelo Anthony is looking like he could be a possibility. At the end of the day, I think whoever they do sign, though, it's going to have to be a forward. Right now, we have a lot of guards. We have like 6-7 guards already, so we definitely would be using that last roster spot, I would think, to sign a forward. Who that is going to be, I'm not 100% sure. There are still some guys available. There definitely could be some surprises and some, shocking tricks up the Lakers' sleeve. You just never know with the Lakers. But I think Iguodala is definitely their first bet to fill that last roster spot with. Okay, this next question is from @RandyWBishop. He asks, what's your starting five, and is it the same for the closing lineup? That's a good question. So if I could just make any starting lineup, if I was a coach right now, I think my starting lineup would be, I kind of have two different scenarios that I'm going to ask your guys' opinion about, actually, because I'm curious what you guys think. But I think one of my first options would be Avery Bradley as our point guard, Danny Green as our shooting guard. We'd have LeBron James small forward, AD as our power forward, and then Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins as our center. But I could also see a starting lineup being, we have Danny Green as our shooting guard, we have Kyle Kuzma as our small forward, AD as our power forward, DeMarcus Cousins as our center, and then LeBron as our point guard. Those are probably my two starting fives that I would think would be the best moving forward. Is that going to be the fourth quarter lineup? I'm not 100% sure. We're going to touch on some of those questions because I know there are a couple more questions asking about who I think should play in crunch time and in the fourth quarter. But I'm curious because obviously I just gave you two starting lineups. Do you guys think Kyle Kuzma should be a starter, or he should be coming off the bench? Obviously, he is projected to be, the Lakers' third scoring option. He's supposed to have a huge year, really come into himself and establish himself as a star player. But a lot of people are thinking now that he should actually come off the bench, and it would be better for him if he came off the bench instead of starting. So I'm curious, do you guys think Kyle Kuzma should come off the bench or be a starter? If you think he should be the sixth man, type 6 down below. Or if you think he should start, type S down below. Now let's get into some more of these questions, because this next question is talking about who I think should play in that crunch time, in that fourth quarter. It is from @BigBabyJonathan. He says, what is the rotation going to look like in the fourth quarter? So if I had to guess, I would say, obviously this could totally change. It just depends on who's playing well in that game, obviously, and who, once the season starts, who's really playing well, and what team, what lineup has the best chemistry together. If I had to guess, I would definitely say, Kuz is going to be in that lineup during the rotation, during crunch time in the fourth quarter. So I would think it would be Kuz, Danny Green, LeBron playing that small forward. Then we'd have Avery Bradley possibly as our point guard if he, starts the season off strong, and if he proves that he can be the Avery Bradley of a couple years ago. I think he'll definitely be in there. and then also obviously Anthony Davis. So I think that would probably most likely be our guys in the fourth quarter in crunch time. That very well could also be our starting five as well. As the season goes, we're just gonna have to kind of wait and see a little bit how it plays out, and again, which lineup and which guys have the best chemistry moving forward. Okay, let's address this Carmelo Anthony situation. This particular question, again, I got a lot of questions asking this, but it's from @Jeremy Langhorn. He asked, is Carmelo a good fit with the Lakers? Okay, so I have mixed opinions about this. I know a lot of people have mixed opinions about this. At first, I thought, absolutely not. Why would we have Carmelo Anthony come? He's just going to be a ball hog. It's just not going to work. He's just too much of, you know, a guy who's got this big ego. Just never going to work. But I thought, you know what? If Carmelo Anthony is coming off the bench and he's playing about 15 minutes per night, and we can literally just use him coming off the bench and scoring and shooting the ball, doing what we all know he loves to do, I'm actually starting to lean towards let's do it. Again, though, it would definitely have to be Carmelo coming to the Lakers and saying, I am willing to take a smaller role. I'm willing to take whatever role you give me. I just want to be on this team, contend for a championship, have a good season, kind of end my career on a much better note. Now, obviously, that's much easier said than done, and Carmelo could easily come to the Lakers and say that and maybe feel that way in his heart, but once the season starts and once he gets out there on the floor, it could be much harder for him. Again, he is a guy who is used to kind of being a star, used to having the ball in his hands all the time, kind of a ball hog, has this big ego, so I'm not 100% sure if it would be an ideal fit. It would definitely be dramatic to have the Lakers using their last roster spot on Carmelo Anthony, but at the end of the day, I think the more I think about it, if Carmelo's really able to adjust to this kind of sixth man coming off the bench role, then I would be definitely willing to give it a shot. But I'm curious, of course I have to ask you guys, do you think Carmelo Anthony is a good fit for the Lakers? If you do, type Y down below. If not, type N down below. How crazy would it be though if Carmelo Anthony was a Laker and we were pulling up to Staples Center and we saw LeBron James jerseys, Anthony Davis jerseys, DeMarcus Cousins jerseys, Kyle Kuzma, and now Carmelo Anthony jerseys? That would be pretty funny, pretty insane. But speaking of jerseys, you know I had to do a little transition there for you guys. If you guys like sports betting and you would want to win a free jersey, any player of any team, direct message me right now on my Instagram @HannahRoseKulik and or my Twitter @Hannah_Kulik, and I will explain to you how you can win one of these jerseys. You guys, it is so easy. I've already given away a ton of jerseys, and I just want to make sure that everyone does not miss out on this amazing opportunity that one of our sponsors here at Chat Sports has given me in order to rock your favorite sports gear. So go DM me right now and I will explain to you step by step how easy it is and how you can win a free NBA jersey of your choice. But let's get on to some more of these questions. This next one is from @Ryan M. Spencer. He asked, what are 2 or 3 things that this Lakers roster needs to work on when training camp arrives? So there are obviously going to be a lot of things. I think at the end of the day, the biggest thing is that, you know, we have to remember we have an entirely new team. There really are only a handful of guys who are really kind of coming back from last season, especially a lot of new guys who are going to be having big roles this year. So a big part of this training camp is just going to be chemistry, really learning how to play together, and of course, you know, just kind of develop, you know, a good type of role in chemistry and everything like that. But obviously, things that the Lakers need to work on, we've got to improve on defense. I think we are dramatically going to improve on our defense with obviously the acquisitions of Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. And of course, Danny Green is a really good defender. Avery Bradley is a really good defender. So I think we are going to be improved from last season, obviously. But definitely, obviously, working on defense. Also, free throw shooting. Again, we should be definitely improved because we have other guys on the team now who are better at making their free throws. But again, the Lakers still all need to be collectively making their free throws. So I think the top things, of course, are just going to be free throws, defense, and then, of course, just being able to learn how to play together and establish good chemistry so that once, you know, the season starts, and obviously it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment period. It's going to take a few games or so to really get establish that chemistry and really kind of get used to playing together. But training camp, that's going to be the most important things for the Lakers to work on, definitely. At Dan VP 2010 asks, what seed do you see the Lakers being at the end of the regular season? This is kind of a tough question. I personally, I may be a little biased, obviously, but I think that the Lakers are definitely a top 3 seed. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of people are kind of just saying, you know, Lakers versus Clippers, those are the 2 teams that we really need to worry about. But the Western Conference is so loaded, you guys. There really are 7 teams. Obviously, the Lakers, the Clippers, Utah, Portland, Houston, Golden State. I may be forgetting one, but I mean, they are just so loaded, so stacked. It really is anyone's game, which is why it's going to make for such an exciting NBA season, because for the first time in a long time, there really is so much balance in the NBA, and there's so many teams that have a shot at the title. So truly is anyone's game. Obviously, I'm a little bit more biased, and I would say that the Lakers are definitely a top 3 seed, of course, if they are able to remain healthy. And I definitely think that obviously they have a great shot at winning the championship. But again, that Western Conference is super tough, you guys, with those 7 teams that I mentioned. So definitely Lakers, I would assume, would be a top 3 team. But at the end of the day, you just never really know. I'm going to remain positive and think that my Lakers are going to kill it this season, though. Okay, we are going to answer one more question. It's actually kind of like 2 parts. It is from @VernRedface. He asked, how many games do you think the Lakers will win this season? And in your opinion, do you think the Lakers have a legitimate chance at winning the championship this season? So how many games I think the Lakers can win? I know there was just something that came out that projected them to win about 51 games, but I'm going to say that the Lakers are going to win about 54 games this season. I think they can do better than 51. Of course, if everyone stays healthy, you just never know at the end of the day, but I think they can do better than 51. So I'm going to project the Lakers are going to win 54 games this season. And can the Lakers win a championship? Of course they can. I, for one, definitely think they are title favorites. Like I said, I think they are definitely a top 3 team. Of course, like I also mentioned, you know, the West is super tough. There are a lot of teams just in general, too, that have a great shot at the title, which is why, again, like I said, the NBA is probably going to be the best NBA season this year, just in general, because there are so many teams and it is really so balanced and so competitive. But I definitely think our Los Angeles Lakers can win the championship. Why the heck not? We have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, 2 of the best players in the league. We have Kyle Kuzma, who I have a feeling is going to have an unbelievable season. He's going to establish himself as that 3rd star. We have DeMarcus Cousins, who's going to be having that comeback year. I just know it. We have so many talented role players. Such a deep team. I think there is no way, no reason to believe that we can't win the championship if everything clicks and we stay healthy. So, of course we can. I'm excited for it. It's going to be an amazing Lakers season. But that is going to be it for today's mailbag Q&A. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. Leave a question down below if I didn't answer yours, or leave a question down below if you have one that you just thought of that you would like me to answer in a previous video. I love doing these mailbag Q&A episodes, so I will definitely be doing another one soon. Thank you again so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a double thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe here to Chat Sports and the new Chat Sports Lakers YouTube channel for all things Lakers. And until next time, Laker Hannah is out. Bye, guys.